microphone just went off directly after I started this video. Okay, so I wanted to explain this whole soul sock thing. I didn't really know what to call it, and I was like, what's a deep word that goes with sock? Soul. So that's that. Um, okay, so pretty much the other night I was just laying in my bed and I'm a fucking YouTube addict. Like, I have to fall asleep listening to videos like every single night. ASMR. um, like it just relaxes me and I like learning shit. And anyway, I was like, I'm not really interested in what's in my feed right now. Let's go on trending. And the number one thing that was trending was this video of a man who's using Amazon Prime to deliver packages to homeless people in Manhattan. And it really struck a chord in me, as I'm sure it did everybody else watching it. But I was really mad at myself for every time I've walked past somebody on the street and not being able to give them something. And ever since I was little, um, like my mom was telling me stories today about how when we would go to Central Park, I would always say like, "Mommy, pull out $1" or whatever it was, um, just because it was like even from like the time we're young, we're able to understand like that's an awful place to be in. Um, and there's a lot of misconceptions that come along with being homeless that I don't even really want to get into. Because regardless of the situation, you don't have shelter. You're surviving on a day-to-day basis with food, water, warmth, clothes. Sometimes you don't even have access to shelters. Um, so that's why I want to hand deliver different things to keep people warm during the winter. Just because one, it it just needs to be done, and I feel like hopefully it'll be a domino effect because if one person usually starts something, people follow, and I'm already seeing that with the amount of people that are willing to donate and who really like um, the idea of doing this. And that's what I was thinking. Like as I was watching this video, I just started crying when this one man, and it wasn't even one man, I think it was like three people who just sounded like their voices just sounded so desperate in the way they just wanted a pair of socks. And like that, it just absolutely broke my heart because I mean, I'm really gross and I never wear socks, but everybody wears socks and we all take socks for granted. And whenever, when we were little and we got socks for Christmas, we were like, ugh, gross. But now it's like, oh my god, what cute socks. So I love socks. People need socks. We have the ability to afford socks and to get them. And we are just so lucky to be in the position that we are to have a bed and have a house and have food on the table, um, and just to be living where we are in general. So that's why I just kind of got fed up with not doing anything. Um, and it just really bothered me that I was like, wow, I'm in this position right now where I do have the power to do something, even though I don't have all the money in the world at all. It's like there are people that have it worse than I do, and I know what it's like to feel insignificant in a place surrounded by money. I can't imagine how they feel when they have nothing and they don't take for granted absolutely anything that they have. Um, and that's why I was like, wow, I mean, I'm going into the city on Saturday anyway. Might as well try to get something done in there. So that is why I'm asking everybody to just donate like fuzzy socks or thermal socks or like heat warmers, or if you have like old jackets from when you were little, um, or maybe not so when you were little, but like just from a couple years ago, because it just helps somebody. And there's so many, like, I don't understand, I don't know about anybody else, but like I was never allowed to throw away my clothes when I was younger. To this day I'm still not allowed to throw away my clothes. I'm really only allowed to like donate them or like sell them if I can like potentially get money for them. um and that's really when I just like really need the money. um but I fully encourage everybody to do this because making a GoFundMe account is so fucking easy. Like, anybody can make a fundraiser, and nobody takes more advantage. Well, some people like to take advantage of that. $60,000. Keaton Jones. But besides that, um, oh my god, I feel really bad. I mean, like, no, never mind, I don't. But it's like, I don't know. I had the power to download a fucking app and say, hey, why don't we try to get some donations for people that really do need it? Um, and so far, there's like $50 in there. That's like so many packs of socks that could be handed out. And it would just make me really, really happy. And it already is making me really, really happy to see people bringing me socks and like messaging me, and like it seriously makes my heart warm. Um, and honestly, giving to other people is one of the most selfish things that you could ever do because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when I know that I can give somebody something that they don't have. And it is one of the most selfish, selfless acts that you can do because it benefits both parties. And I strongly recommend it because it's fulfilling and you know that you're doing something good and somebody else is going to appreciate you and not feel like absolutely everything is going to shit. Um, and I think that that's really, really important. So that's that. Um, I am really hoping that other people pick up this trend and realize that they don't just have to watch things happen. Even though we're young, we still have the ability to do shit. Um, and I just don't understand why we just keep saying tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. You can do something today. You can go to a fucking soup kitchen. You can simply just go through your clothes and see what you don't need. It doesn't necessarily always have to be money. It could just be volunteer work. And you never know what's going on in somebody's life. So maybe a pair of socks can make all the difference in somebody's day, in somebody's winter, in somebody's mindset. So, good night. Thank you if you've already given me a bunch of socks, or if you plan on doing so. This is not going to be, I'm not just going in on Saturday to do this. I'm going to be doing it again over Christmas break and periodically throughout the winter. And I'm already starting to like have people come with me, and I feel like this can be a really awesome project that everybody does. So, thank you and good night. Oh my god.